Hello and welcome for some more pro tips. Today I'm joined by TSM Gustav. How are you doing, Gustav?
I'm doing good, man. It feels great to be in first right now, so I'm doing pretty well.
Not on fifth place. We've seen you guys phase 2 throughout the whole phase, more or less, being on fifth place.
Yeah, it feels good not to be fifth. We were there like for, I don't know, 5 weeks maybe last split or something, not last phase, and now we are in first, so it feels great.
So how does it feel being a part of the Big Five now?
I mean, it feels amazing to be able to compete against these best teams. I always feel like, at least in the last phase, that they were a step ahead of us with a lot of stuff, but now I feel like we are a step ahead of them.
You're the big boy now. So basically, what we're going to talk about here today is from game 15 actually. It was a mill ending, and you guys found yourself in a building where you basically could utilize some of the game mechanics, and something that we haven't seen too much so far, and that is because a little bit it's the newest patch that we are playing on, that it just got introduced on, but not many people have been using it yet. You guys used it very good here, and let's just show the clip and you'll talk us through it?
Yeah, sure.
All right, here we go.
All right, so we have this building here, the police station as we call it. You don't have much vision from it at all. And we knew we can go on top of the roof. I called that we should do that in the end game, but we needed the east to be out first, otherwise we get shot at. So in the end game we start doing it here, and we basically have like the best high ground everyone. And this game should have been way more clean than it ended up being, because our position was so strong here, but we kind of got a bit too greedy because there was so many free kills. And then we ended up over peaking. I ended up getting knocked with a nade in my hand, and yeah, it was very messy actually, but it was super strong to go up there, and that's with the new ledge grabbing that they added, that you can get on top of all these special spots, and you can have so good high ground on the enemies in the late game.
So you mentioned a little bit about high ground. Tell me more about the high ground. Why is it so good to have the high ground, and what does it actually mean? I
mean, it's just so you can see down everyone, and I can stand up whenever I want to shoot at them, and I can just go prone and they can't see me. And I don't know, I can play passive if I want, so I can also play aggressive. You can do so much with it.
Yeah.
And I basically had vision over the entire circle there in the end. I could see everyone.
So would you say there's any weaknesses in that spot that you guys had there on the rooftop?
Yeah, for sure. Like the weakness was definitely that, at one point we had to jump down, and then when you jump down, you get an animation when you fall down and you can't shoot for a second. And then also basically that everyone can see you. Whenever you peek, you're super open, but you can still, you can also shoot back, so.
So basically it's end the game as soon as possible there. Make sure you do it while you have that space, the high ground up on the building, right?
It's definitely a very aggressive spot. If you want to play more passive, you could just take it downstairs, chill with a few smokes, win it late. We probably have won the game still, but maybe not as many kills at all.
And as you know, I usually ask my people here that comes here, the players themselves, for some more pro tips for the viewers at home. So I want to ask you a more specific question. We know that you're the IGL of TSM, you're doing a great job there. And I want to talk a little bit more about rotations. Do you have any good tips on rotations, how to not do, how to do it better, and so on?
I would say definitely try and rotate all four together. Usually have maybe the scout IGL in front, which is usually me in the end game. So you're the one calling out where to go, because hectic stuff is going to happen. You're going to people shoot at you, then you want me in front to tell everyone where to go. Rotate together. Try not overthink the game, because that if you start overthinking so much, it's going to end up being so bad. That's what we did a lot in, I think in phase 1 and 2, too much, instead of just going straight into the circle sometimes. It's like you have more time to scout, you have more time in general, instead of wasting like 3 minutes on a rotate to the other side of the circle.
So don't over-rotate, don't do long rotates. Make sure you do a good rotation, short and consistent.
Sometimes you can do it as well, like we do it all as well, but it's not as often as I used to, and I think that have been...
So can you give us any scenarios when it's good to do a long rotation, for example?
It depends a lot on the area. Especially if it's like, if you want a very open area on your side and there's a forest on the other side, then you can often long rotate, because then you can just like stop your vehicles outside the zone and you can push in on foot. And there's a lot of area for a lot of people there, so you should be fine. And also on hard shifts, this is a super strong hard shift. You can rotate to the other side of the circle often, especially if you're one of the first teams to do it.
So on a hard shift, for example, which side of the circle do you want to go to?
If it's a hard shift north, I would probably go all the way around north.
So you want to go close towards the old circle?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But often that can be like a bad thing as well, because maybe every team think that that everyone can just go north, and then suddenly if you just went straight in, that would be perfect as well. So it's about finding a balance, and it's just about, I don't know, knowing the map and know when it's good to like do a file rotation.
Yeah. All right. I think that's it for this time. So thank you so much, Gustav, for coming out here and tell us a little bit about rotations, but also taking us through that end game of Middle Circle. And thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time.